It's 144th episode of Risk On, what could be the greatest show ever about risk. It probably is not the greatest show about risk, but that's a forward-looking statement. I know my statements are under scrutiny at all times. Maybe it's kind of the greatest show. I can tell you one thing. Buying any at $7.96 seems great to me. By the way, this is a show for entertainment purposes, so the fact that I'm going to buy another 50,000 shares of any right this second
any
does not mean that you should buy any. But I just did buy 100,000 of any on a little bit of a pullback from that run earlier. If we could go to my screen real quickly.
Options are expiring.
It is the 15th of October, a few days before my son's birthday. Happy birthday to my son early. I just bought 50,000 more any. I'm at 100,000 purchased on the day now.
Strong.
Below $8 at $7.96, so I'm pretty happy about that.
It looks like they've shorted it today.
The Dow is going to finish up strong. The NASDAQ is up a little bit. The S&P is up a little bit. I saw ANVS is down. But that story of the week, story of the rest of the year is China bans crypto and almost exactly as we thought, which is rare. Almost exactly as we thought. The banning of crypto has launched Bitcoin to over 61,000. I think it was at 61,800 today. Where did it go to? Do you know the high?
61.8.
61.8. We are loving this because we formed a BitNile division earlier this year. We bought 4,000 S19s and continue to install them. If you go to my Twitter, you can see what BitNile, a wholly owned subsidiary of Alt Global, DPW is the symbol, owns. I am thrilled to death to say that we are mining Bitcoin. It is going into our wallet, and we are not selling at this time.
Correct.
Right.
We're getting the coins. Where's the
freshly virgin coin? Speaking of virgin, how are you, Willie?
I am burgeoning. I will tell you, I am a burgeoning Bitcoiner. Thanks to you and Jason, I am doing incredibly.
I see that you got a haircut.
Yeah.
I didn't actually. You know, it's funny. My incredibly gorgeous wife would prefer that I get yet another one, but I'm afraid there wouldn't be anything left.
She is by the way, very pretty. Not that that's relevant in today's society, because I can get whipped for being if you're woke out there, I probably shouldn't say anyone's pretty anymore. I don't know what I'm allowed to say anymore.
It's crazy.
I do want to say
you can say people are pretty.
Can you?
Yeah, of course you can.
Skyla, is that allowed in your generational, like 20 to 35-year-old generation?
Yes.
Are we allowed to say anything nice to anybody?
Yeah, but at the same time, some people take that, like you could say you're pretty to someone, and someone might just be like, well, I don't need your opinion. Like, so, like, it's kind of hard to say.
Any close to $8, and it's up after hours.
You could get whipped with your own compliment, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah. It doesn't feel good to be. Is that considered woke?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what that means, but
but pretty. I think where you would be okay. I mean, I do live in Canada, so you know we are a little bit on the more liberal side in many areas. But I think if you were to call male, if it were non-gender related, you could say, you know, you're pretty to a man or to a woman or to.
I don't think a man's pretty. They could be handsome. Hey, speaking of handsome, Willie.
Yes.
You live in Canada. Is moose actually a meal?
It is.
Oh.
You can actually eat moose.
Of course.
Is it good?
Of course.
Nice.
Of course you can.
Better question. I know you were a hunter. You were a fisherman. You had a show on some TV channel like Willie Shoots Bambi or something. I don't know what it was, but just kidding, Willie. But what's the story with that? Is moose any good?
Well, I mean, like many things, it depends on, you know, where you happen to be getting the meat from, and you know, for instance, if you were to go to certain areas where the game feeds on more sage, then the meat tends to be a little stronger in flavor, but a lot of people like that. If you go to places where there's a lot of farms,
it's a little gamey.
Tends to eat, and the farm, the animals tend to eat like corn, and you know they're eating the crops in the farm fields. They tend to be less gamey. But it's been a long time since I've done that. But their mousse is actually quite good.
Speaking of gamey, I want to go to my screen and talk about Michael Burry. Now, Michael Burry, I want to be clear, movie written about him, blah, blah, blah. Big Short, made a lot of money. Little Asperger's. He's a successful guy, much richer than me.
Yeah.
Michael Burry says he's not shorting crypto, but does believe it's a bubble. That's code for I'm not long, but I'm not short. So I can say it's a bubble because if it ever goes down and goes back to any kind of valuation that people deem to be more reasonable, he can say, I said it was a bubble. Mm-hmm. This means nothing. This means nothing. And
that's what I was going to say. That's relative to anything. The market corrects. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. How can you say that it's a bubble?
Yeah.
Well, what he's suggesting, and I want to be clear, is that there are circumstances where you'd say that I can only go on history. I remember people telling me how the cover. If you go to the cover of, I want to see if I can pull it up. Actually, I'm gonna pull this up, okay? And I hope I'm gonna prove my point with Twitter. So let me go to Twitter and see if I can't go and see what's happening on Twitter. And do I have to be a member of Twitter to pull it up?
It's weird now. Depends on the browser. It'll block you if you're on like Brave.
And just while you're doing that, wouldn't a bubble be just considered overvalued?
Yeah, or completely irrational.
Well, there is that, but completely irrational is.
Let's see if I can.
I don't see how you see a steady climb.
Oh, I can pull it up. Okay, Houston, we do not have a problem. Let's pull it up. Let's do this. Okay. So I want to go to my screen again and point you to that Amazon.bomb article. This is the cover of Barron's magazine. I'm going to read it to you if you can't read it on the screen. Listen, be open, but don't let anyone tell you who you are. This was just many stories telling us all the ways that we were going to fail. Today, Amazon is one of the world's most successful companies and has revolutionized 2 different industries. And if you notice, Carl Icahn sees stock sliding ahead, and this is Amazon.bomb. I lived through this time. I was a hedge fund manager. I stupidly shorted Amazon. It went $100 a share in a single day in my face.
Jesus.
And I learned the hard way that when there's something disruptive in the universe, you don't know it. And the naysayers, the people that say they yawn for a better time when horses and carriages were in the road and you could tie up your horse at a post, everyone will need a buggy whip. You will need a buggy whip. How will you whip your horse? How will you tie up your horse if you don't have reins for yours? At one time, there was a buggy whip maker.
Yeah.
That buggy whip maker made buggy whips. Now, I assure you, if Skyla were to make a buggy whip today, she could put it on Etsy and sell it, but there's probably very few buggy whip makers out there.
I would say so.
Skyla, when's the last time you bought a whip for your buggy?
Never.
Never. Have you even heard of a buggy whip?
I've heard of it.
Right,
yeah, but
okay.
I've never, even
Yawn
known anybody
for a
that
better
owned
time,
one either.
right?
Yeah.
And I will be clear with you that this is exactly what's happening with crypto. The great simulation is underway. Someone is connecting electrons and DeFi and crypto. And look at one of the billionaires in this country, Barry Sternlicht. Mm-hmm. He said countries, governments are going to issue currency for the rest of eternity, and that's why he's long Bitcoin.
It's true, though.
The global acceptance, the people that are accepting Bitcoin and saying, I believe it has a store of value, is the validation. You spend the money on the electricity to mine it. Therefore, it has a value. And it's exchanged in listen, are there going to be corrections? Could Bitcoin go to 20,000 again? Of course there could be. Could it go to 30? Yes. But that's not the point. The point of this is that Michael Burry is trying to suggest what? If he thinks crypto's a bubble, you could therefore logically say it's a bubble until when? When is it properly valued, Michael Burry? When is it properly valued? Is it properly valued at 20,000? Therefore, you say, oh, it's no longer a bubble. I want to understand the definition of this stupid statement. This is a stupid statement. Not Michael Burry's statement, but the media inferring that it matters. I think it's a bubble, okay? Would that imply, because see, at least Jamie Dimon says, I think it's worthless.
That's different.
His position is it's worthless.
That's a bold. Yeah.
Burry's position is at some point there could have value,
right?
Because therefore a bubble defines that there's some value to it,
right?
But Jamie Dimon says it's worthless.
Dimon has the same position as crypto as you have with AMC.
I believe AMC is worth $1. You mean? Is that what you're suggesting? Are you trying to cause problems here? I think you are.
I mean, look at Putin. He signs a law giving cryptocurrency legal status in Russia.
Yeah, you're about to see it, my friends. You're seeing it. You're seeing it. And I would encourage you to look at this article right here. See if I can find it. I'm going to pull it up on my screen. If you could go to my screen, please. Look at that.
Look at this.
Morgan Stanley, CEO, Bitcoin is not going away. Okay? Where's it going?
Right.
Well, if Burry says it's overvalued or a bubble, that means there is value in it somewhere, according to Michael Burry. Therefore, I take solace that Michael Burry is valuing it and saying, hey, it's overvalued right now. It's in a bubble. I heard all kinds of bubble conversations about Amazon 3,300 points ago.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
I heard, why would I ever need a cell phone and pay $5 a minute when I can simply stop at a payphone?
Can you find me a payphone?
Do they exist?
There's probably a few.
No.
Yeah, maybe at like the VFW or something.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know. What else is going on?
I don't know. Have I made my point?
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, the market's closed. Why don't we have you cover the wonderful market that was today?
Let's take a look at it. I got so many screens up right now. Let's pull up a fresh
Todd and Jason's market update.
Hey, here we go. The Dow, you know what? God, SPY puts make a lot of sense to me right now. We'll get into that later. The Dow was up 35, 294, good for a 382 gain. The S&P up 33 points, 4471. And the NASDAQ, 14,897, good for a 74-point gain. I wanted to look at some of the economic data, but first let's get into some of the commodities. We're going to talk about oil because it will not stop. Crude oil now, $82.25 a barrel. We were in California recently. Yep. I saw $6 plus gasoline. I've never seen that before in my entire life. Actually, copper now looking for all-time highs, $4.72 a pound.
Copper.
And, of course, gold. Actually, gold got tamped down today. Options expired. $17.68 down 30. Silver, $23.36.
Crypto Joe says, copper sucks, laugh out loud. Or not copper. He says,
Bitcoin?
Crypto sucks, laugh out loud.
Crypto sucks?
Yeah, that's just because you're back there in Michigan connecting miners.
Plug them in, plug them in.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah,
that's what he's doing.
So we're getting updates on that. That looks fun, Joe.
Hey, Joe, maybe you want to come on live with us.
Yeah, actually, you probably should.
Give us an update, man.
Give us an update. While I give you an update on former President Bill Clinton, admitted...
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Look at this. Can you zoom in on that?
Oh, that's the truck.
Oh, look at that. Ooh. Now, I ordered a Tesla truck. Oh, where do I go? Right here? I ordered a Tesla truck, and I haven't gotten it yet. I don't know when they're going to deliver me my Tesla truck. I put my $100 down. But then today, Nick brought me a Tesla Hot Wheel. Was that a Hypertruck? What's it called?
This
Cybertruck. Sorry, Hypertruck. I'm like an old guy. You know how those old guys, like, they say like stupid things. They call Bitcoin like the coiny thing, and they just say stupid stuff. Speaking of old guys, our president,
Billy
who, by the way, I want to just say for the record, I really liked Bill Clinton. I always felt good about him as president. He reformed welfare.
He did.
Yep, and he did something that no one else has ever done. So let's look at that.
He balanced the budget too with Newt Gingrich. He's admitted to the hospital, non-COVID related. Dude, is he the only one allowed?
He has septis. He has septis.
Septis.
Yeah, septis or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Sepsis.
Septis. Hey, why can't I see Willie on the screen?
Oh, I have to stop sharing.
Oh,
There.
got it. Okay, because I want to.
Oh, you got me.
So, but I see you, but you're not on the screen with us. Can we put Willie? Can we do a three-way with Willie?
Full screen?
Can
Hey, we're going back to that whip comment now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're gonna do the three-way,
Is it not
thing, we better
possible to
get
put
the
us
whips
all
out again.
on the screen? Oh, there. I like that better. Okay. Can we leave that a little bit? Got a three-way. Hey, Willie's in the middle of us.
Willie is getting sandwiched.
That's
Oh,
nasty.
Oh, sorry.
Nasty.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah. I think I'm gonna leave that one
Speaking
alone.
of
I'm
Willie,
editing.
speaking of, he's editing this quickly. Speaking of Willie's younger days, just kidding. He's like, I regret every bit of saying I was going to come on this show.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, you know what? You know why I regret it is that you always take me right up to the edge of the cliff, and I'm so tempted to jump off.
I don't put you there. I get you right there and say, hey, just like Squid Games, you're either going to get shot in the shoulder or you're going to jump off afterwards, one of the two. When you discover it's your
Brutal
brother.
show.
What is
Have
this?
you been watching that?
What is this?
I
Squid
finished
Games.
it last night.
Oh,
and
you finished it?
I finished it last night. I want to just say the ending is completely stupid. It is the dumbest ending. It's almost like The Sopranos a little bit to me.
Yeah.
What a disappointment, the ending. Give me a fucking break, dude. If
I
you have
agree.
$46 billion and you just lived and all those people died,
Yeah.
you're going to feel so bad a year later you haven't spent any of the money. You're going to borrow from your banker 10,000 won. This is stupid. And then you're going to dye your hair. You're
Hey,
not going to go.
spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. The fucking show is stupid at the end. How about that? The fucking show is stupid. Netflix, don't make another one. It's there was parts of it that are ingenious.
Todd,
It's called
Don't piss off Netflix right now.
oh, that's right.
Oops.
Love you, Netflix. Hey, what a great show. Netflix, we love you. You guys do incredible stuff. You produce a lot of stuff. Hey, Alt Media Group just tanked.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
boy.
Yeah, right?
You better figure that out. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, you better edit that
Supper
part out.
factor just went way up.
Hey, we
With
love
all
Netflix.
the
Netflix. You're not- well, that was stupid of me, wasn't it?
Well, let's just say this. Now there's room for a better show.
Yes, I was okay. Netflix, you listen. Netflix, this is why you're good. You're inspiring conversation. It's a groundbreaking show. It was exciting. It's crazy. It's insane. It's a little bit like Hunger Games. A little
They're
bit.
comparing it. There's another show called Alice in Borderland. And it's
Alice
like
in
also-
Borderland.
Yeah, it's
What is that
also
about?
like
Yep.
Korean or Japanese
Here we
show,
go!
and it's like the same thing. Like you play games,
Right.
live or
But I
die.
think what is great about it, though, is that it has opened up, with Crazy Rich Asians and Parasite and everything, it has opened up the marketplace to be more viewed by more people. So I
Great
will say
show,
that-
by the way, Crazy Witch Asians. Great show. Hey, I want to bring your attention to my screen again. Bitcoin ETF may finally make their debut, publicly traded next week. This will be, I think, a futures ETF, Bitcoin ETF.
So like CBOE, CME.
It's on its way.
Yeah, okay.
It's on its way. Thank you, Gary Gensler and the commission at the SEC for not commenting and allowing this to go through. It looks like that's going to happen. That's what we're hearing, and that's probably one of the reasons there's more and more adoption of this digital currency called 256, right?
256.
SHA, SHA 256, an unbreakable crypto so far. No one's been able to crack that code.
There's also another ETF,
What's the other ETF?
VOLT, Volt.
Oh, well, I don't exactly understand that one. That's actually an investment in some of the stocks around it, right?
Yeah, the revolutionary, they called it that, the NASDAQ. Revolutionary tickers associated with cryptocurrency will be part of that ETF. If I had to guess, you would probably see like MicroStrategies, MSTR, Riot, probably.
I didn't want to go here, but ironically, there's another story about Netflix, and I want to bring your attention to my screen real quickly here. Netflix fired an employee for sharing confidential information amid the Chappelle uproar. Hold on one second, please. I'm on the air. Is everything okay?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, so sorry about that, but I always take the calls from my wife.
Yeah.
It's just the way I am. Netflix fires an employee. I really want to say, what is the game with canceling everyone? And I want to give credit, and I mean this right, to Netflix
Perfect.
management. Mm-hmm. I don't understand what you're suggesting out there about cancel culture. Is let's say that Dave Chappelle offended everybody.
What?
By the way, I know a show like that's
Hold
called...
on. There's news on any? Hold on, it's moving like crazy.
I know a show like that called Family Guy. They offend everybody. Okay?
Yeah, right.
They offend everybody: Jews, Gentiles, blacks, white,
I've been on Family Guy.
Hispanics. Willie Ames is on Family Guy. I know that one of my friends. I listen. Ironically, the creator of South Park. Well, we'll get to that part later. Okay, they offend everybody, right? So let's say the cancel culture is correct, and they should not show Dave Chappelle. Are you suggesting that I can never watch anything controversial? There's no we all have to not. Jason? I really want you to chime in here. What's the outcome if you cancel everything that offends everybody? That's called vanilla. The last time I knew, when I went to 31 Flavors, they didn't say, I'm offended that you have pink ice cream. I mean, that's where we're going, right?
They're all mutes.
You can't make ice cream pink. What do you think? Is that imply it's only for girls? What the heck is the problem here?
Eventually, they all eat each other and they're gone. Everybody's
Right, no,
gone.
but I'm asking,
Yeah.
what's the outcome? Willie, I'm going to ask a question. I really think you're the best to answer it. But what's the outcome if you are offended by everything? Someone's going to be offended. The suggestion is, by the way, I'm quite offended by Squid Games.
Here we go.
They fucking murdered tons of people on that show, and it was really ruthless. I'm offended, but I didn't have
Keep
to.
in mind.
Oh, wait, Willie, hold on.
Go ahead.
I didn't have to press play. I didn't have to fucking watch it. Dave Chappelle can say whatever he wants and offend anyone he wants, and fuck all you people out there to get offended and say, I don't want to watch it. Don't watch it. He said something bad about me. Listen, you know how many people say I'm fat all the time? I'm in that group. People on Twitter saying, he's fat. Look at that big fat loud ass. Look how fat he is. Give me a break. Okay. Say you think I'm fat. Big deal. So James Chappelle makes some jokes about transgender. Listen, I like the joke. Caitlyn Jenner was not even a woman for a year, and she got Woman of the Year.
I saw
The
that.
first year she's a woman.
I thought that was
I
a
remember
Okay,
that.
are
interesting
you
point.
kidding me? My wife's been a woman for 51 years, and no one's voted her Woman of the Year, although I vote her Woman
it's
of the Year every day.
insanity, dude.
You guys, this is insanity. You're missing the point. I have a black nephew and a mixed race black and Puerto Rican niece. I have no problem with any of this. It's not our. This is. You don't have to watch it. And the best part about it, but I saw Joe Rogan talk about this.
Yep.
In 1776, when we decided we were going to basically be independent from England, and we elected a president. By the way, they wanted to make George Washington a dictator. We were basically the first country to elect a democratic society. Right?
Bitcoin snapped 62.4.
I want to make this point.
Wow.
Okay.
Sorry.
The freedoms we have allow the freedoms of the people who want to cancel you, and allow others like us to want to watch what we want to watch. And we have to get away from this. Just because I don't agree with you, I should shoot you. Now, Willie, you have been on TV for 51 years.
That's crazy.
You have been, I think, voted the sexiest man alive at one point. You have been gentrified. I've seen you on magazines and in shows. I've seen you ridiculed. I've seen you. They love you. They hate you. They build you up. They tear you down. I've seen people say shit that I know isn't true. That I personally think you're one of the nicest human beings on the planet. You're the most honest person I've ever met, to a fault. Tell me what 51 years of being in this Hollywood scene and what you see today is like, and what do you think of this cancel Dave Chappelle movement?
Well, okay, so there's several things that you need to keep in mind. The television, streaming, entertainment industry is a business. It's a business. They put on what you want to watch. So if the people that are streaming, if they recognize that their viewership is going to drastically decrease and affect their bottom line because there's a specific person or show with a specific viewpoint on it, then business will dictate to them and their shareholders and everyone else what their next move will be. Whether or not they're personally offended shouldn't be the primary concern by what's there. But having said that, with the enormous power that they have to influence culture and society, there is a certain moral obligation. And I think that in many ways we're sort of overcorrecting. Because what I'm seeing, what we can do today is completely different than what we could have done in the 80s for sure, or even the 70s. And it's almost going back to what we saw at the beginning of television, which is when, like, even on Eight is Enough, but if you look at I Love Lucy and two people weren't allowed in the same bed. If you saw them
they had to sleep in
bedroom.
separate beds. That's right.
So you had practices and standards that were determining exactly what the audience was allowed to see. So there was a certain amount of control there. I think we're exercising that control probably to a fault in many circumstances, but they're overcorrecting. They're overcompensating for some of the things that are taking place. Now, I've heard and read a lot about the Chappelle stuff. He would have been hysterical 22 years ago. Because our social sensibilities.
Oh, he's still hysterical. Different. I saw the show, the one that we're referring to, the Netflix special. The Netflix special. I took Jason to it and Andrea.
Yeah, that was good.
It was great, man. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, our sensibilities have changed. Should they kick him off the network for that? I don't think so. Personally, I'm with you.
Hey, Willie, I got to interrupt you for 1 second.
Yep.
Let's go to my screen real quickly. Something's going on with Bitcoin. It is ripping like crazy. It's just ripped through 62,800. I do not know what's happening with it.
Do you have any?
I do have any. I'm long 100,000 shares. I just bought. It's up 25,000. Yeah, Bitcoin is almost 63,000. Something happened. Okay,
yeah, probably. Remember, I told you Russia bought in, or somebody bought in.
Russia has said they're going to accept it as a currency. Brazil's got to be next. That's going to be 80 million people. I am too pumped about Bitcoin.
Wait, I got a picture of
You know why?
Why?
Last January, we bought a data center at DPW. Hey, we bought a data center. We control our own power. We have a 10-year power abatement deal. I mean, we did it wrong the first time.
We paid that data center with fiat cash.
We paid cash for something, and we're converting it to crypto.
Wow, what a rip.
I'm too jacked up. Hey,
Crypto Joe.
Look at that.
Crypto.
Look at that. Let's go.
Come on.
Put him up. Are you in the data center right now?
I am in the data center right now.
Hey, you know what?
Great.
Crypto is at almost 63,000. It's because Crypto Joe. Look at that. Look at that. Do that again. Oh, I'm pumped.
Dude,
okay, here we are. Not my oldest employee by age, but my oldest employee and a partner at Alt Global. A partner at Alt & Company. An chief technology officer of Alt Alliance, and the head of crypto mining globally for us. There he is, Crypto Joe in that nice beard. What's happening in Michigan? I cannot say where you are in Michigan, but what's happening there?
Yeah, we're setting up. I mean, we got Pod 1 up, Pod 2's coming up. And right at the right time with Bitcoin being, I just want to little say something. Take Jason to nice things like the Chappelle show. Well, who told you when it was at 29 it was going back to 65? I just want to point this out. I'm a couple days away.
You nailed it.
Yeah, but I want to be clear. I've spent $27 million on additional miners. You don't get to claim that I didn't spend money on what you said we should do.
You take Jason to nice places. You send me to Michigan.
Wow.
Hey, I can send Jason. By the way, Jason is not going to Dubai. because he's
Man.
not vaccinated. But I'm going to Dubai.
That's true.
But you're okay with
Same.
that, right?
I'm fine with it.
I mean, you don't want to drive around Lamborghinis or anything like that.
I mean, I'm gonna miss that.
you're going to miss out a little bit.
Maybe I'll rent
Hey,
one
but
here.
Joe, you're going to Dubai.
Oh,
I
you're
am.
going to Dubai?
Yeah, he's going to Dubai.
What the?
All right.
Yeah, the head. Why would the head of mining not go to Dubai?
Fuck.
It's a mining
bad
conference.
timing,
It's a mining conference.
Yep.
Hey, what's behind you right there? Are you in a restricted area?
I am. I can look out the door and see
Restricted
if anyone's
area.
around, and I might be able to show you something. Hold on.
But are the miners making noise right now? Are you able to show any?
They are, but I can mute. I can mute my mic.
No. I don't want
No,
you to mute
we don't
anything.
wanna mute
we don't
it.
want to mute that printing of 6280. No, I'm not looking for you to do that.
62.8, dude.
You're okay.
Do you want to?
Wow.
So do you want to hear it?
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
sure.
Fire that. shit up.
Obviously, make sure you don't identify where you are in Michigan,
Yeah. Fire
I'm
it up.
not- There's no identifiable stuff here.
Great.
except for you. Hey, Willie, sorry about that. Joe, I guess we'll finish with Joe and we'll come back to Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, it's quite all right. This is listen, when things break, when there's breaking news like crypto going through the roof, that's amazing.
This is great.
Yeah, there it is.
And I am thrilled at,
Wow,
at
that's
seeing
nice.
these shots of the new center.
No,
Holy shit, look at that.
Hey, Joe, could you
Look at that.
describe for people? We put things in pods, right? And can you describe what a pod is for people? Because it really looks amazing. How come I can't hear the
Wow.
noise? He must have it on mute.
Yeah, I'm sure he's muted right now because it'd be loud.
Right. Hey, Joe, can you hear us?
No, he can't hear us right now.
It's too loud.
So that was a quick view because we still got workers working.
Oh, okay.
No way. That's incredible.
You must have had us on mute, huh?
No, I might have. Did you not hear anything?
no.
No, we didn't hear anything.
Oh, hang on.
I want to hear the money.
You got to hear it.
Yeah.
Now, when the little baby bitcoins come out, where are they birthed? Like, where do they show up? Are they on the ground? Do they fall on the ground? Or
They go into my pocket and I put them straight into a slot machine in Vegas.
all right, I'll send
Nice.
that. I'll send that video footage right to the SEC
All right,
and let them
let me
know where it's
tell you.
going.
There we go. Pod Central. Look at that beauty.
How come there's no noise?
That's 282 units when it's full, right?
Yeah, it might
That's
even
our
be too
first
loud
pod.
to go
You
through.
might have noise reduction stuff on it.
Oh, okay, got it. Wow,
Okay.
Built in.
wow, that's amazing.
Anyway.
All right, well, we
Anyway,
appreciate it.
yeah.
Anyway, what's it doing? Joe, what's
8:15.
the plans for the weekend back there in Michigan? 8:24, by the way.
That's fine.
More work.
Got it.
More work is
Got it.
good.
Bitcoins are burning. Got to get everything up, right?
Yeah.
You got thousands of miners coming in over time.
We
You gotta-
well, it's public information.
We put out 1,000 miners now, and then 300 additional a month, right?
Yeah.
We put that out.
Yep, I'm all good.
You look a little tired, buddy.
Yeah, well, I mean, 12 and 14-hour days doing this definitely does it to you.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
12 or 14-hour days just making money. That's just got to wipe you out silly.
Must be.
Yeah, I know. I
Tough.
like being productive, right?
Joe, where do you think Bitcoin goes from here? It's at 62,200. It was 62,800 about 3 seconds ago. Where do you think it goes from here?
I think it goes up. I think that if Russia really bought in and Brazil's buying in, you're going to see a lot of people making cash grabs before it hits 100K.
Yeah.
Well, Bloomberg reported the Russia situation. I think they're a pretty credible agency. Are you questioning whether they really are big believers?
No, I'm not questioning that they're going to legalize it and that they're going to take it as currency. I'm wondering if they're going to have their own reserve.
Right.
Hey,
Right? I mean,
I publicly called for the U.S. Treasury to buy Bitcoin. $500 billion. Let's do it. Let's put it on our balance sheet. We're spending money anyways. Joe Biden, that infrastructure bill, just move it up to $4 trillion and put $500 billion into Bitcoin. What do you think?
I say put $1.5 trillion because he probably really only needs 1.5 trillion to get what he needs done and stop giving the money away to, like, I don't know, the Iraq lacrosse team or something.
Yeah, gender studies and frogs in Pakistan.
But I understand that the market for Bitcoin right now is only $1 trillion.
Correct.
Right. So $500 billion would be a big allocation.
What if he slaps it and it goes to like 500,000 a coin? And then
Okay,
it's
now
worth-
we're being ridiculous.
No, not really.
It could someday go to a lot more than that per coin.
Yeah.
But a half a trillion, I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit of a stretch given the size of the market cap. Hey, Joe.
Was it Morgan Stanley that said something absurd, like they believe by the mid 2022 is going to be at 100K?
I don't know that they said it was absurd. I saw the guy Thomas Lee say that he thought it'd be 100,000 by year end. So you never know what people are predicting there. I don't have any price predictions. I just predict that it will be even more and more a common part of society.
Yeah.
That you're going to be able to have that Bitcoin in your bank account. You're going to be able to have it in your U.S. Chase Bank, even though Jamie Dimon thinks Bitcoin's worthless, will ultimately offer Bitcoin on their app where you can just have Bitcoin.
He already offers it to private clients. I mean, he's going to have to cave to the rest of the pressure, I'm sure.
A 20% move over the weekend, if some countries buy in, would put us at 75,000, roughly.
Hey, Joe, try to have a good weekend, my friend. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate you, buddy. Please get some sleep. Please get some sleep. I know there's another 300 on their way to you on the 29th, and you got 1,000 you're spinning up, and good luck with that. And we look forward to seeing you back soon. Hey, is Randy back there with you?
Yeah, he's cranking away right now.
All right, my man. Be well. Thank you so much.
I'll talk to you later.
We love you. We know we love you, buddy, okay?
I know. I'll talk to you later.
Joe.
Skyla.
Wow.
Yes,
Got a joke?
I do.
Let's go.
So,
Willie's on the big screen in the back. Look at
Yeah.
that.
See it.
That's cool.
I know, I love it.
I love that.
So a frog walks into a bank, goes up to the teller, and the teller says, "Hi, my name's Patricia Wack. How can I help you?" And he goes, "Well, I'm going on a long vacation, and I need to get a loan out to buy a boat." And she goes, "Okay, well, how much do you need the loan for?" And he says, 30,000. And she goes, "Well, okay, that's quite a lot. Like, who are you really?" And he goes, "Well, my name's Kermit Jagger. My dad is Mick Jagger. And he says he knows the bank manager and that I can get the loan, no problem." She goes, "Okay, well, 30,000 is quite a bit. I'm going to need some collateral from you." He goes, "Oh, no problem." Pulls out this little tiny pink elephant, like porcelain elephant. It's about half an inch tall, gives it to her. She's confused, right? She's like, "What is this?" He goes, "I'm going to need to go talk to the manager in the back." She goes to the back, says, "So there's a guy here, says his name's Kermit Jagger, and that he knows you, and he wants to take a $30,000 loan out, and he gave me this. What the hell is this?" And the manager says back to her, "It's a knick-knack, paddywhack. Give the frog a loan. The guy's old man's a Rolling Stone."
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
That's actually a good one.
I like it.
Thank you.
I like it.
That's a good one.
Willie, back to Dave Chappelle.
I think it's a cold topic.
It's cold?
I think it's a cold top. Yeah, I think the momentum went in a different direction. Like.
Okay.
But I think that we are overcorrecting when it comes to the reaction in a lot of circumstances. I think when it comes to what you can do on TV, and I think especially when it comes to comedians comedians have typically used things that were completely offensive to the masses to bring humor and levity into society and what it's doing. I haven't seen the show, so a lot of the comments I'm not aware of, but I do know that just sort of across the board in the broad strokes, I think that we're really kind of bottlenecking our ability to laugh and have fun anymore, because everything is sacred. Everything. I mean, listen, Todd, you say people make fun of your size. People make fun of my size. I'm little. I'm tiny. I've always been tiny. They used to call me Mighty Mouse. And it for me, none of those things really bother me, but and I kind of feel like you do. If you're really bothered by some of that stuff, just don't watch it. I mean, you've got control over your own life. But should we ruin somebody else's complete existence because we disagree with them or they've offended us? I don't think so. I think we've taken it too far now.
I think everyone's going to find a way to be offended. Like,
that's the new normal.
Yeah.
Well, but I think you're right, Skyla. And I think one of the things that really is, some of the things I get, listen, my wife is Asian, and We've experienced a lot of Asian hate up here. I mean, there's places where I don't allow my wife to go. I have to escort her. We've seen a lot of those things, but she's not out, calling, flipping over the race card every time somebody disagrees with her.
No.
She has her own mind. She has her own moral compass. She has her own moral standards, and she has an incredible amount of integrity. And so she just avoids those things.
She's really smart too. And could you ask her why, after I eat Asian food, am I hungry a couple hours later? I just don't understand. I love Asian food. I love Chinese food. I love Thai food. I love sushi. I love all that stuff. But the problem is like I'm hungry later. I don't get it. Now maybe
I don't even think they know, Todd. That's why they're always taking pictures of their food.
Right.
I see Nick back there laughing. We were having that conversation on the way back from L.A.
Oh yeah, Nick traveled with us.
Yeah,
this
we'll
week.
be hungry in 3.5 hours.
Nick, you're a good travel companion. Nick is a.
It's funny. Todd is Winnie and I went out for sushi. As soon as I got home from Las Vegas, and we went in. We had this great place. There's a great place I'd love to take you, and it's in downtown Vancouver in Gastown, and we had this complete meal, stuffed. On the way out, a server walked by with a new plate of food. And she was like, "Oh, that looks great." And I was thinking, we were all having a good laugh about it because we do the same thing. I mean, you can literally have a huge meal and then, well, you're hungry an hour later.
Hey, I want to bring this to your attention. Go to my screen real quick. Thank you so much for that. And that is, if I'm Michael Burry, I think I'm short Tesla too, right? That's not working out so well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Tesla looks like it's going to make a new high. There were a lot of people betting against Tesla.
I mean, there have been. I just don't get that.
With the bet against?
Yeah, not with this administration, this climate. Nope, not me.
I see that chart and I think to myself, that hasn't worked out for a lot of people being short Tesla.
Nope.
Scary.
What else you got?
Mark Cuban says he won't invest in a Bitcoin ETF. If you could go to my screen real quick. Why will he not invest in a Bitcoin ETF? Because he can buy it directly, folks.
That's true.
I like this a lot, but I don't agree with the Dogecoin. Hey, listen.
No.
What about you? What's on your mind, my friend?
I was looking at the supply chain situation with,
By the way,
the Port of Los Angeles.
what a disaster.
Yeah, so that's going to be the Grinch for Christmas.
Uber Trucking says it's a shipping and trucking, he quote, Armageddon.
Yep.
Yep.
So luckily we invoke air travel to bring our
When we buy our
Miners.
miners, we just ship them internationally through air.
yeah.
We just ship them on a 747.
Yeah,
Which is crazy. It's
So-
expensive though.
it is expensive.
I think the supply issue has been it's been long in the making. I mean, I used to do a show on independent truckers, and we did a huge thing.
Ice road truckers.
Not ice road, independent truckers. And this is going back in the early 90s. And one of the biggest issues, and it's in some ways it's like the financial markets, finding people to replace and increase the amount of drivers that they can have has been a real nightmare over the last 10, 15 years. So it is sort of an Armageddon when you look at it and you realize that is a shrinking marketplace. Fewer and fewer people want to be away from home. The restrictions have become greater and greater. So there's fewer and fewer independent truckers. They're working for more fleet services. And the recruitment issue has been major for at least the last 15 years, maybe 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we see the same thing in the financial markets. I mean, we're looking at that too. Who wants to be a financial advisor? There's going to be a shortage sooner or later of people that can do that. So there's opportunity there.
Barry Sternlicht has suggested, he runs Starwood, he has suggested that the government should pay you to return back to work. This is the great, if you go to my screen here, the service industry is fucked. Barry Sternlicht says they could not open one of their restaurants because they could not get enough workers. This is a huge problem. I don't know Jason, I simply don't get what's happening. Are people just not willing to work? Because I thought all the unemployment benefits were over.
They were extended in some states, but yeah, well, they were giving more money to people to stay home than they were actually earning at their regular jobs.
So let me read this to you. Nearly 4.3 million Americans quit their job in August.
Mm-hmm.
As many sought higher wages and the recovery of the pandemic, opted for lifestyle changes and lacked affordable affordable childcare options. Workers continue to leave retail and restaurant industry, challenging demands, put off existing staff, labor shortages. Massive measures need to be taken. The mask requirements for customers with persistently high quit rates. These industries have gone through a pandemic. Both will remain constrained due to lack of available workforce. This is a real problem. They continue to weigh overall employment. This is an issue. And speaking of that issue, when we get to the bottom here and it says, I think this was sourced by Domino's. Maybe I missed that. We have a friend. It's really your friend, but I met him, that owns several Domino's, and he's saying his biggest problem is what?
Labor.
And
Human capital.
Human capital.
For sure.
It is a big, rip-roaring issue.
There's going to be supply shortages. And you remember that during COVID, you couldn't get paper towels? I didn't quite get that one. Toilet paper. Mm-hmm. I don't know. There was a lot of stuff short.
The last social network in China that's American-based, go to my screen, please, has left China. LinkedIn has given up. Mm-hmm. The Chinese are just too difficult to deal with, and they're out of there. Microsoft remains. They'll have a job posting board, but LinkedIn itself is toast in China. So they're giving up on one of the biggest markets in the world because the Chinese government makes it impossible to operate.
They do.
What do you think of those apples, as they say?
You know, I think, though, think about this for a minute over the weekend. Don't be surprised if China reinstates crypto in China.
Why?
There's a chance. They see what's going on. It's definitely a chance. I'm just saying, don't rule them out.
Hey, listen, let's wrap it up. What's on your mind, my friend?
Well, we're going to play some poker this weekend.
I'm playing Tuesday night. If you want to play, anybody in Vegas want to play a cash game with me, we will be at the Bellagio
Saturday night.
Let us know.
Major League Baseball, Astros, Red Sox tonight.
Yep.
If I was a betting man, which
what the hell? What the hell am I doing? Oh my God.
What?
What in the hell is wrong with me? Major development. I forgot to cover this, and you will pull it up on your screen. Come on, dude.
I know what you're talking about.
I do. I forgot something important. Oh my God. Jason placed 5th in a poker tournament, winning $22,500 cash. I was there with him.
Yep.
I said he would win. I screwed up. I should have kept saying it. Jason, this was amazing. You played a poker tournament this weekend at the Golden Nugget.
I did. We got a little bit.
I had a great time. Out of 1,096 players, our man, the professional poker player, Jason Bartholomew, who, by the way, you got aggressive at the end there, but you did great. I mean, you really did solid.
You got to go for it sometimes.
Yeah, and you lost to the guy who won the tournament, right?
Yeah, I donated my chips to him.
Right. Let's go to Jason's screen so we can see Mr. Bartholomew.
So,
if you go to Poker News, that's right. Is it?
Yeah, it's on Poker
Yeah, there he
News.
goes. He ends up being 5th place, taking in $22,515. That is.
You did all right.
Yeah, baby.
The guy made a nice call, and the payout's good for him.
I want to say the only highlight I had, which, by the way, I had a great time, but here's the highlight I had. You want to know what my highlight was?
What?
2 doors, 2 seats down from you, next to you, 2 from me, a professional poker playing against me. I got the nuts, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I checked on the river with the nuts. An unbeatable hand.
Yeah.
He goes all in. I call him. He
That
loses.
was a great play.
Yeah, that was great.
So, yeah, Todd played too.
Poker is like I got to be honest with you. It is one of the many reasons why I moved to Nevada, because I wanted a hobby other than stocks and my wife. I needed a hobby.
Todd could have busted me in that tournament.
Oh, God. I had you. I had Jackson. You had 10s. But I literally said, which is probably foolish, by the way.
That was a 9-high board.
I was a 9-high board, and I literally said to myself, I got a pair of jacks. he's all in, the guy next to you, then you're all in.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, come on, man. Am I going to bust my buddy? And I didn't want to play against you. So what did I do?
You folded
I
jacks.
folded jacks and you had tens.
I ended up getting pretty short on that tournament.
But you were kind enough to cut me in for $819, and I'm so grateful. That was
We
You
did.
didn't have to do that.
Yeah, but that's okay.
But it was very kind. I like to buy part of Jason's action because I think one day Jason will win a massive pot. Like, I think someday, Jason, you'll be in a tournament and you'll be playing for $1 million pot, and Jason will win that, and I want to get 10% of that shit.
We need to find the time to play more poker tournaments.
Yeah.
This is the time to do it.
We'll play cash game tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Hey, if you want to... Go ahead.
You know what I need? I need to bring the Van Patten boys in.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
By the way, one of the
they are incredible poker players.
I know, and one of the Van Patten boys was the host of World Poker Tour.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you know what I need? I need to work on that and see if we'll get him out to Vegas, and you guys can have your own game. Is it legal to have your own game in the studio?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can set it up.
You just don't take any rake. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't take the rake. Once you take the rake, you're toast.
Hey, check this out. And one more thing.
Make that happen.
Oh, sorry, Willie.
No, go ahead, Jason.
One more thing on poker. Dan Bilzerian allegedly is going to play a $100 million heads-up poker match.
Oh, come on.
Dude, is that crazy?
Is that really true?
Against Alec Gorez.
Hey, 62,316 on Bitcoin. Hey, Monday is my son's birthday. Happy birthday to my son Chase, who turns 22 years old. Willie, thank you for joining us. It's 1:48 on the West Coast.
Wow.
We're having Steak and Shake for lunch.
We are.
Yeah, I'll
Garlic
be here in
burgers.
about 10 minutes.
Big Laurie, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Sandar Big Laurie. BH is the symbol on the New York Stock Exchange. Although I shouldn't thank him because I paid for the burgers.
Oh, I like the Astros tonight. We haven't done baseball in a while.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get the Astros below minus 135. Sorry, the third. Drunk Charoun's is probably pissed.
I have the bet MGM. When do I have to bet by?
The game starts what time? 4:20 our time.
Oh, so soon.
Yep.
So I have the Bet MGM app, so I'm able to bet now.
Yeah, I like the Astros.
What does this say? Tyler says Dan Bilzerian's probably betting $100 million of his shareholders' money. Yeah, I know that's an issue for him. You should buy a guitar. I don't know what that means. These are some of the comments. Nice match, Drunk Tehran. Got you on Webull, baby. I think that was DPW trading a lot today.
Where?
I don't know. On Webull, apparently, was trading a lot. Restaurant owners can hire people overseas with work visas. They probably need to do that. It is a tight labor market out there. Everyone, have a great weekend. It is 10:15. It's the middle of October.
Absolutely.
It is 2.5 months away from the new year. My name is Todd Ault for Willie Ames, my man. The voted the sexiest man alive there. Skyla, Nick, thank you so much this week. You did a great job. Brett,
Yep.
Thanks for hanging in there with us. Jason, my man,
Thank you.
you killed it on the poker tournament. You weren't going to let me forget that, were you?
No, I didn't even think about it. On to the next one.
What's
did forget.
$22,500 to a guy like Jason Bartholomew? I didn't even remember that I won fifth place. Oops. See you Monday, guys. Take care.
See you guys.